First guest. Oh my goodness. Well, you've certainly seen her on your TV because she's in every commercial that's ever been made. And she's also appeared in television programs like Life in Pieces, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Community, Glee, all of the greats. And she's also been staying busy making music during the quarantine. Let's bring her here now, Cyrina Fiallo.
Oh, I did it. Hello.
Wonderful.
How are you?
Wonderful. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I wanted to show you these glasses because I bought them online, and aren't they fun? I
That was
feel like if you need something to make you happy during quarantine, get yourself some Daisy sunglasses.
absolutely. Now, is it a red lens? Does it give you a kind of a rosy sheen?
There is a tint. It's not a red lens, but it's more of like a nice glow. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean,
Yeah.
Cyrina. That's wonderful.
I
I like a tinted
mistakenly
shade.
I love a tinted shade. I mistakenly bought pink sunglasses. They came with something else, don't ask. But they're pink hued and they make everything so much nicer. And I was like, I just need a bunch of tinted glasses because they make you
Yes,
feel happy.
absolutely. Light therapy, I think, is what's involved there. Now,
Correct.
you're joining us from Los Angeles.
I am.
That's
Yes.
correct. And you've made a lot of videos that I've seen, so I kind of recognize your setup. And I have to ask you a question about it because
Sure.
it seems to me that you might be in maybe the children's department of a Crate and Barrel or a Pottery Barn Teen. What's going on there?
Or just I'm very strange. And this is my exact wallpaper pre-quarantine and will be post-quarantine. And this is my tent
A
that
tent.
has my name on it. If you can, there it is.
There
See?
it is. See,
Yeah,
that's the extra bit there.
yeah.
Now, what do you do in the tent?
Inside of the tent, to be very honest, Dale, I do my voiceovers.
Well, that works. That works.
They somehow, it sounds really good in here. I've got
Yeah.
blankets, pillows. Look at this, look at this plush pillow. I
Oh
mean,
my goodness.
right? Yeah.
That's a heck of a thing. Are you okay? Did something
Yeah.
spill? You all right?
I spilled a bottle, but it wasn't full.
Okay. All right. Oh, good.
Everything's fine.
All
Everything's
right, but
fine.
it's too early to go off the rails, Cyrina. All right, so now that's wonderful that you're doing that, and I like the idea of a small place inside another small place, which is what I'm in. So I'm thinking that might be. We were thinking of lofting maybe, but I like this. Just cocooning would be a
Oh,
pleasant
cocooning.
idea.
It's also very comforting during this time. I know that everyone's like itching to get outside, but there's something about a womb-like structure that's very comforting, thus the tent.
Yeah, forget outside, go deeper inside.
Right, that's the message. Go deeper
I
in.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, you have been making, over the series of however many weeks it's been, possibly years, who knows, a number of songs, of quarantunes, if
Yeah.
you will. And we shared one on the program not too long ago, your version of Nothing Compares to You. But explain what the project is.
Well, it wasn't really a project at all. It just started with my anxiety being extremely high and not knowing how to cope with it. And music has always been a very calming space for me. And so I was trying to express how I was feeling. This was the very early stages of quarantine. I don't think we had even been officially quarantined yet, but I was very nervous. I have like lung issues, so I'm the kind of person that you need to wear a mask for, basically.
Yes.
Um, so I was just in a very light way trying to encourage people to stay inside and be thoughtful and not to go out if it wasn't essential and to help your neighbors and to think about your families and all those things. And so I just started doing them. And then they have kind of a comedic twist. And so people were writing to me and saying that they were really enjoying it. And as time kept going on and on and on, people were like, this is the best thing about today. And I was like, are you joking? And they said no. And so I kept doing it because I thought it would be fun.
Well, it's been wonderful. And do you find that there's some songs that lend themselves to it better than others?
Yes, very much. I'm trying to think of one of the ones that was just super, super obvious, but I can't at the moment. But what I did start doing was, because I was doing one every day, and I was
Yeah.
like, once day 30 came around, I was like, this might be excessive. Maybe this will last for a year. So I started doing this thing that was a challenge for other people, to send me their own lyrics. And then I would put the song together. And then every week I would pick one and share it with followers. And so that people, like, we're doing it together. And it's something that I feel like is really helpful, because as far as, like, for me, for my anxiety, if I am really focused on something and like changing lyrics and making them match perfectly to the music, it gets me out of my headspace. And I think that might be helpful for other people too. So we've been doing it, and I've shared like 6 or 7. I've been doing one a week. So it's been really fun.
That's fantastic, and if it can also help you, that's wonderful to get through it.
Yeah.
I wonder though, in this time, I have found myself just kind of reverting to a base version of myself. Has that happened to you?
Oh, a bass? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Well, especially when it comes to music and that kind of thing. So I'm
uh,
just seeking out like the old tapes, the old CDs, records, whatever
oh,
it might be, that were just a part of me growing up, and I'm just listening to them again and just thinking that's like who I am. I'm staying up until 2 a.m. I'm doing all the things that I kind of did as a teenager, really. I'm just reverting musically and behaviorally.
I read an excellent article about this. And what it said was basically, we're reverting back to those things that bring us comfort when we were growing up and we were kind of quarantined in general, because maybe you didn't have a car, or you had a curfew, or you lived with your family. So you could only do things when your family said it was okay, or whoever you lived with. And
Yes.
so you kind of like raged against that with your own moody music, and you slammed your door and you were like, fine, I'll stay home, or whatever it was. Or like, for me, watching music videos on MTV was like a huge source of comfort. And it was the thing I did when I got home from school, and I loved it. So even the songs that I'm covering, the Quarantunes, they're all kind of like songs I grew up listening to that were comforting. And now I'm changing them just for my own, you know,
Right, because you know them
joy.
so well because they're part of you.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, Serena. This is embarrassing to admit, but I think that I like Billy Joel.
Why is that embarrassing?
Thank you for saying so.
I saw him like 4 months ago. Actually, October. Who knows where time is? It
No,
was in
time is
October.
irrelevant. Well, good. See, it started. We all clap out the windows, and we want to help the service workers, and we said started playing New York State of Mind, and so I started looking forward to that moment just to hear the song. But now I'm just playing it all the time. I think it reminds me of the time before, Serena, like of being in a hot car, with the windows rolled down, and waiting at a gas station on our way to an amusement park. That
Oh,
kind of a thing. Waiting in the mall.
I
All
love
those good
those
memories.
memories. Those are amazing memories. It is. And you know what? You said something in your intro that
Yes.
made me think of this. And it was that people are like, this is a gift. And it is and it isn't, because in the grand scheme of things, lots of people are hurting, and it's very sad and it's very scary. But it's sort
Absolutely.
of like, because you were like, what kind of gift is this? It's sort of like that gift that you get from your aunt that you don't really appreciate when you get it, but you save it anyways because your aunt gave it to you. And then years later, you're like, I'm really glad I kept this. So I feel like we're all going to feel that way in some way about this time period. Hopefully, if like we can all stay healthy. And I mean, it's just a really dark time. So whatever little bits and pieces of light that you can carry with you, that's what I feel like everyone should try to be doing.
Yes.
And that reminded me of that, because it was like a lot of people don't see any happiness in this right now. And some people are fine with it. Some people are great with it. I don't understand that crowd, but
Yes. God has blessed them.
yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. Well, would you have you ever done a Billy Joel song as part of your quarantunes?
Yeah, I did. Oh my gosh, wait, where is it? Hold on. I did Piano Man. I did
Oh,
Piano
what,
Man.
well, one of the greats.
Song on your Instagram. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a parody. I got you feeling alright.
There's my tent.
Yeah.
See?
No, that's wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
and they're
Corona
all up
Man,
there
I call it.
on the YouTube. Now, one last question here,
Yeah.
Cyrina. I first interacted with you. I think that song is a perfect segue to this, because when you were all on Instagram and you're watching things and then they pop up and everything's live and you get nervous, and then you're one of two people in a room with a person. And there's no way to back out, really.
Yeah.
But I jumped into something and there it was you, and you were in a cabin somewhere with some mice. And I didn't know what happened to the mice.
Oh my gosh. That was my friend Courtney's house.
Okay.
This was pre-quarantine. We
Yeah.
were just hanging out, and I saw something from across the room. I mean, if you were there, you were there, but I saw something from across the room, and it's like, you're at your friend's house. You don't want to be like, hey, you have mice. Like, that's a weird thing to say to someone. But then I saw it again, and I was like, I think you have a mouse. And she was like, you're kidding me. And I was like, no, I really think I saw it. And so we kind of like lured it out with cheese, and we did find it. And what happened to the mice, I can't really say, because I think they went away, but I don't know for sure. And there might have been a pest control involved, but I don't want to confirm or deny that.
Sure. Right now, it might be nice to have a couple of companions.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
However,
maybe they got out. Maybe they got out. We hope they got out.
They got out.
That's right. Well, it was quite a saga to watch, and I'm glad that it had some kind of, not really a resolution, but we've talked about it. So
one of the greatest moments at a friend's house that I've ever had.
Yes,
so I'll say that.
It was very exciting. Made for good Instagram TV, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We hope that TV will come back. We don't know, but so people can find you're still performing on Instagram, and people can find all the songs that you've done on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube or my Instagram. Yep, they're all there.
That's great. Well, Cyrina, I'm so glad that you could join us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we'll see you maybe in a little bit.
Okay, see you later.
All right. Stay groovy.